Hello, friends, and welcome back to the show. Surprise! We're doing another live stream watch along today. This was something I had planned for a while that I wanted to do a watch along with Batman Returns for the Christmas season, and I did a thing where I had people vote on what they would like to see, do a watch stream of, and Batman, the animated series, Christmas with the Joker won out. So I'm doing that this Wednesday, and I thought, well, I still want to do Batman Returns. So guess what? Here we are doing a live stream of Batman Returns here on a Sunday afternoon. It's 3 o'clock where I'm at, and it was sort of a little bit of a last minute decision to do this. I had planned this for a while, but decided at the last minute I was going to watch it tonight anyway, and I thought, you know what? Why don't I do this for everybody so everybody gets to watch along with me? I see a few people here joining us, and so what's going to happen is when we get ready to go, I'll give a little bit of time for people to catch up because this was really absolutely no forewarning, no planning, no messages that went out about this, just to see what would happen. And we have Army Productions. Happy Sunday to you as well, my friend. And so as people get on here, we'll get people caught up and see what's happening. We have Samuel Williams, not even watching it, but your commentary is enough for me. Well, thank you so much. Again, because of copyright, what'll happen is you'll jump on and we will. You'll have to have some other source to watch this in. I'm going to be watching mine on HBO Max. If you don't have a subscription to that, you can also watch it on a DVD or a Blu-ray or another streaming service. I'm trying to think if it's on anything else. You could certainly rent it from Google Play or Apple TV or any of those services as well. Vudu, some of those. DJ Hostetler, you are Batman. Well, welcome. Thank you, Batman, for joining us. I've got a little bit of coffee here, and don't want to hit my mic, and my water, which is actually in a Batman cup, ironically enough. Got a little Christmas decorations going on. Got a few Batman memorabilia, Batman Returns memorabilia over here. Batman Returns board game, which is up here, and then a Batman Returns puzzle of kind of an animated version of the poster. Both from 1992. That puzzle I've had for about that long. Put it together once and then put it back in the box. But I think I'm going to hang it up right over here. Got a few more people jumping on. DJ Hostel, welcome. Warhawks Beyond, Batman Returns is a true classic. Enjoy. Thank you, Warhawks. And the other reason for doing this is we've been doing live watch-alongs on Wednesdays around 5. And I've been getting some people in the comments that have been mentioning that they watch them in replay, but because of where they're at or their schedule, they're not able to watch those live with us. So I thought, hey, why don't I just jump in here and do a live stream, a little bit of a different time, different day, and see who joins us. Yes, you're right, Army Productions. That's the board game right there. Batman Returns, the board game. I think I got this at like a Goodwill or a thrift store or something like that. And we I don't remember if we played that. I got all the pieces out. I think it's all there. There's some pieces in little baggies that I'm sure because it was played at one time that the people had to keep those. So I hope they're all there. But welcome everybody if you're just now tuning in. Again, we're doing a live watch along of Batman Returns, and I do have to mention, before we get into playing this, I'll give a few minutes for people to jump in if they are not, as they're just getting caught up. Because like I said, this was a surprise to everybody just to throw this out here and see what happens, see how many people jump on. So I got to know, for those of you that are here and in the comments, let me know, do you consider Batman Returns a Christmas movie or not? This is kind of goes along with the debate of Die Hard being a Christmas movie or not. I have my own opinion, but what do you guys think in the comments? Is Batman Returns a Christmas movie? Alex Lemons, in an earlier draft, met Shrek was Penguin's long lost brother. I didn't know that. Interesting. Max Shrek was also supposed to be featured in the animated series, but they ended up taken him out for one reason or another. But one of the great performances, and I think my introduction to Christopher Walken was seeing him play Max Schreck in this this movie. But that would have been wild. That would have been interesting to see him as a long lost brother of the Penguin in there. I have to say, a lot of people consider this movie as kind of a cult classic. It wasn't as popular. To me, a lot of people like the Batman '89. Tim Burton introduced Batman to the masses in this kind of darker tone. But to me, honestly, I think I like this one better than the Dark Knight or than the original Batman. Hey, JT is Reborn. This is a nice surprise. I believe it was you, JT is Reborn, that mentioned in one of my earlier live streams that you wanted to see Batman Returns. And I had said, I don't know. We'll see. Well, here we are. We'll see. It happened. So great suggestion. Samuel Williams, you agree? Yes, it is a Christmas movie. Okay, DJ Hostel or anybody else, what do you guys think? Is Batman Returns a Christmas movie? We have Army Productions asking, why is Christopher Walken called Max in every movie he is? Like Jack Nicholson being called Jack and everything. That's a good point. He does play a lot of Max. Also, did you see that Max has a picture of him and Arnold Schwarzenegger together? So that means he knows Victor Free. Oh, good point. That is funny. JT is Reborn. That's a good little meta information there in the movie world. Very cool. So I gotta say, this is a movie that I typically tend to watch during Christmas, around Christmas time, because it does take place during Christmas. But my opinion of this, and maybe I'll lose a lot of viewers right here, but my opinion of this, just like with Die Hard, is that it is not a Christmas movie. It is a movie that takes place during Christmas. But when I think of a Christmas movie, I think of movies that are about Christmas or have to do with the Christmas spirit or finding Christmas or saving Christmas, something like that. And the test that I do to movies as I go, if they take Christmas out of this movie, does the movie still exist? And this one, it does. And I think it's more of a winter movie. It ties into with the winter and the penguins and cold and all that sort of thing with Penguin, more so than the Christmas. Christmas is just the setting of the movie, like with Die Hard. Again, that's just my personal opinion, but case in point, this movie came out in July or June, so it didn't even come out during the Christmas season. But good point. JT is Reborn. There is a final line in the movie. No spoilers, but they do say Christmas, Merry Christmas at the end. But like you think of a movie like How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Well, if you take Christmas out of that, you don't have much of a movie. I think the gray area, like Nightmare Before Christmas. Again, I think that you take Christmas out of that movie, and now it's just Jack being sad about Halloween being over and wanting to do more in life. Christmas plays a role in that movie, but that's just my kind of thing that I think of. But it certainly doesn't matter. Moods, hello. I finally caught Blake. Finally caught a watch along. See, this is why I was doing this. I wanted to catch some different people. Again, different time zones, different people are online, different times. Wanted to catch people at different times here. Did I say different times enough? We have Batman Returns, my favorite Batman movie of all time. My dad took me to the theater to see it back in '92. That would have been awesome. I unfortunately didn't get to see this in the theater. I saw the original Batman at the drive-in theater, but this one I didn't. I didn't get to see it until later when it was rented. And I honestly, I think most of my family didn't like it, but to me it was, I mean, I got a bunch of memorabilia. I've got a book. I've got some different things from Batman Returns, but to me, that's more of the, that's more of the Batman that I like. More color, more fantastical, more outlandish. I'm not as much a fan of the, let's try to set Batman in the real world kind of thing. But again, that's maybe just me. But so what'll happen here is we are going to just getting some things set here. Again, if you're just tuning in, we're about to start a live watch along of Batman Returns. a movie that takes place in Christmas, maybe a Christmas movie, maybe not. Depends on how you look at it. But to me, it's just a movie that I enjoy watching at Christmas. I think of movies also like Harry Potter, which actually I was introduced to much later. I was a little bit out of the wave of Harry Potter, and it was only in my adult life that I started reading the Harry Potter books. But watching the movies, which again came out around Christmas time, to me, they don't have anything to do with Christmas. There's a scene in Christmas that usually exists in the movies. But to me, I enjoy watching those at Christmas. There's The Lord of the Rings for some reason. I think, again, because they came out, or Toy Story is a movie I like watching around Christmas. That you can watch anytime. This movie, I think you can watch this anytime. You certainly don't have to, but it is it does work really well. So let me just catch up on some of the comments, and then we'll get the movie started here. It's a perfect movie for November, December. Blake, I totally agree. Daniel actually saw Danny Elfman in concert last year. That's incredible. I would love to see him in concert. Johnny Hall, my first Batman movie was '89. I still love it to this day. The suit for me was the best. True. And this suit, correct me if I'm wrong, Johnny, but isn't the suit in Batman Returns the same? Maybe they made a few alterations, but it was very very similar. Army Productions, we have the actual reason behind this movie being disliked is actually more because this movie was dedicated towards children. If you know a bit more about the movie, it's only half true. That's true. That's a good point. I think this movie got a little dark, a little twisted, a little bit. I think that they gave Tim Burton a little bit more reign. He had a little bit more clout to do some more with it, and got away with a lot more. So again, what'll happen is I'm going to get a timer up here on the screen so that you can see the timer here. I'll have this timer going so you know where we're at in the movie, but I will not be playing the audio because of copyright reasons. Just making sure that my audio is coming through here, and get my, there we go. And, but what'll happen is I'll say 3, 2, 1, play. We'll all play it together in case you get behind or you jump in late. Of course, you won't know that because you won't be here right now, or you leave and come back or whatever. You can look at the timer up here and see where we're at in the movie. Generally, Johnny Hall, yeah, minor alterations. Okay, yeah, but it looked very similar. I do like that. I like the yellow embossed emblem. Just me. Some of the other ones are like big and large. But anyway, I'll be playing it very soon, just a few minutes. So give me a thumbs up if you're ready. Get your version of the movie, whether it be on Blu-ray or DVD. All the time codes should be about the same. I don't think this is one of those movies that they cut anything out necessarily with it or anything like that. And as we watch the timer, I'll try to keep the timer up here, but HBO Max keeps making it want to go away, but we'll figure that out. And I talk through it, and we'll have some conversation in the chat. So you can always mute me and just watch the movie, or just watch me and not the movie, whatever you want. So if everybody is ready to go here, got my headphones on, and we will be starting this in 3, 2, 1, play. There we go. Okay, seems to be working out. Timer's going. Good. So yeah, I mean, again, I think it's more of a winter movie, if you ask me. But this timer may go away a few times, but I'll try to keep it updated in there. I have to keep moving my mouse. That's kind of tough. The great Paul Rubin as Penguin's dad, and I had no idea that was Pee Wee Herman, Paul Rubin. When I first saw this, no idea. I also didn't watch a lot of Pee Wee Herman when I was a kid. I know it's a popular one. I mean, look at this mansion; is incredible. That's one of the things that I think that Tim Burton doesn't get enough. I mean, his whole aesthetic. I mean, that's certainly what people know him for, but there's a lot to be said about just there's some iconic Tim Burton images that kind of stick with you, and one of those is that kind of set design look. I mean, it's a young Paul Rubin too. I mean, wow. As far as storytelling goes, this is, they just with no dialogue, and this is something I always appreciate in movies. No dialogue. You have, well, I guess they say Merry Christmas there, but they tell a lot about these characters and about the what the backstory of Penguin. They don't do it through a flashback. They don't do it through a any other means other than just they don't do it through any other means other than just this kind of prologue, and that always to me is like one of the telltale signs of a great story. Is when you can tell this backstory. They didn't need to do any sort of flashback in the middle of that, but you get to see everything that you need to know about the Penguin in just this 2.5 minute prologue. Pretty impressive. That's right, Samuel Williams. Yeah, he did. Paul Rubin came back in Gotham, playing that same role, long lost father of Penguin in that version, which was really pretty cool. That was neat to see that. Neat to have him be a part of that, and yeah, something you wouldn't catch on to. And it wasn't until later that I realized that Tim Burton had also done. Pee-wee's Big Adventure, that movie. That was one of his first movies, and so it tied in there really well. And I like this version here. The '89 Batman, they did these opening credits in like kind of flying through the bat symbol sort of thing. But I like this. I like this a lot better to be able to, the basket floating down through there. And just the look of it. This is before they did a lot of color grading to movies. It was really just kind of as it was what it was. So for them to this look is all achieved with light and with the set design and all that sort of thing, versus now it's just that's all done in post. I'm sure they did a little bit of color grading, but not a lot. JT is Reborn. Yeah, I agree. I would have loved to see the Batman 3. I think it was supposed to be with the Riddler, and I think Robin Williams was the pick. Johnny Hall, yeah, that the fish scene is one that definitely sticks out to me as well as one of those really kind of gross moments that all just kind of, yeah. I think that's one of those scenes that people always associate with like being, yeah, it's just kind of a disgusting version of the Penguin. But if you think about it, this guy that is raised by penguins, dejected by his family, and has no human contact other than, what he sees through the grates in the sewer. Like, he would be kind of a uncouth, unhumanistic kind of person, I guess. Yes, another penguin say. See, this is the most Christmassy it gets, is this opening scene, big Christmas tree, and don't get me wrong, like, I appreciate that this takes place during Christmas, because it takes this movie that could have just been the winter, it could have just been cold out, it could have been, but it adds this really kind of cool aesthetic to the movie. You know, it's a reason for everybody to be out and be gathered and all those sorts of things. Great shot there through the bars. The bars line up with the perspective of the buildings. I love that. If you're just tuning in, we're just getting started with Batman Returns. I got the time code up here, so you can jump in and join us. Great character actor there. We see him in a lot of different things as the newspaper guy. Probably resurgence as in popularity playing the peanut butter commercial, or what is it? Peanut? It wasn't peanut butter. Or was it peanut butter? But it was the Aaron Burr. His mouth was full. You know it if you know it. Some neat little animated moments that fit well in this. And again, like this office, like such a characteristical, I think is the real word. Such a great character is the look of these buildings. I mean, it's so, I love that. That's so inspiring. Little Art Deco, little timeless, little, like this was made in the 90s. And there's some 90s elements, but it feels more timeless versus it actually just being hardcore 90s. Like their suits are kind of 90s, but it looks good. Yeah, this introduced me to a lot of act. I didn't know who Michelle Pfeiffer was prior to this. Great tease to Catwoman. Nah. Some my coffee. Another little thing, I don't know this actor's name. If you know it, let me know in the comments. But he does a great Christopher Walken impression, and I'm sure that was deliberate. I had no idea that that's what he was doing, but true, she is. JT is reborn. I mean, this was like really great casting. For years after this, I always would see her in something, and I'd be like, "Oh, that's Catwoman," you know. I love these the little cat face clocks. I don't know why Gotham has those, but they're very cool. I did not know that DJ Hostetler that Vicky Vale was supposed to be in Batman Returns. I did not. That would have been cool. Yeah, Spyros Mustakopoulos. I agree. I would love to see if they do a Batman Beyond show with Bruce Wayne, that it should be taking place from this moment, from the how do I say it? 89 Batman, and I want to see what the 89 Tim Burton Gotham City looks like, 50 years in the future. I mean, all the microphones, and you see even some like older microphones there. Yeah, there you go. There's a picture with Max and Arnold Schwarzenegger, which would have been Victor Freeze. Uh-oh. Gonna have to wing it. Oh, very cool. DJ Michelle Pfeiffer still has the Catwoman whip. Yeah, if I played Catwoman, for sure, I would leave that, leave, leave with that. Take that from the set. Again, another great shot. I love the mystery. You don't see the Penguin right away. I love this reveal. Um, how this plan kind of builds and grows is really kind of fun. Big package coming out. What's that mean? The circus theme also ties in with the kind of Christmas and colorful uh, and and I think that and this is where it kind of for me gets a little out of the Christmas mood, is like this kind of a little darker. I mean, skulls and things like that, but it's fun. I love that contrast. This happy, joyous festival season, and with the circus and clowns and excitement that way, that it all kind of changes around. Yeah, JT is reborn. I'm looking forward to the Flash movie to see how they tie all them in there. One of the most iconic Batman Returns scenes. Great introduction to the character. I mean, reintroduction, I should say. We've seen him before. I love this device of the uh, uh, bat signal getting projected into his house, standing up into there, right on music. Again, an attention piece of detail that they don't often do in movies, where it's like they have how how to introduce a character, or that hero shot, and that's a great one. Johnny Hall, good point. It's very impractical because depending on where the bat signal shines, I don't know how it works, but it's pretty cool. You have to admit. Yeah, Spyros, I agree. Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman in this movie kind of really helped make it what it is. There's a lot of just extra dynamics. I mean, Joker's cool, but I've said this before and I'll say it again. Sometimes they get a little jokered out. Um, yeah, the devil was a little devil character there, a little off season there. But then again, look at this. And you see early inspiration. Not early, actually. This wasn't that too much before Nightmare Before Christmas, and you see. I feel like some of those themes are being played out in this, where kind of that mix of happy holidays to kind of darker, nightmare elements in there as well. So it plays well. And nothing more frightening than clown on a unicycle with an Uzi. Kind of frightening. DJ, the bat signal that I like the best, I I think it would probably be from these '89 movies, because it's so. Um, I like the round filling the circle kind of bat signal. I think like delivers well, and the way that they do it, I like more of the rounded. Like I said, now they're going to more of a wide. Even The Dark Knight, which is one of my favorite Batman movies, they have more of that wider, flat topped bat signal, and it doesn't play as well. All right, the time code's going to go away a little bit. Let me, as I get adjusted. I had the comic, um, the comic version of this somewhere on this shelf. I have it, and I just remember that piece of dialogue in there for some reason was like, that's right from the movie. I feel like that's a little bit of a nod to uh, the old, he was always the Batman in a lot of the comics, and for this to be sort of a little bit of a nod to that. Is it Batman or the Batman? Captain Saltybeard, Batman versus Jack Skellington. Ooh, that one's they're so different. But I mean, obviously, Batman's been more of my preference, I guess. Always been more of a Batman fan. But now that I'm watching this, I don't know if I ever made this connection. I just watched Nightmare Before Christmas. I usually start the Christmas season, movie watching season with that. And now, so I just watched that not too long ago. Now watching this, that I'm going, there are a lot of similarities just in the style of this for Batman, between Batman and Batman Returns and Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah, I had heard that too, DJ. That I mean, they were intending on making Harvey Dent Two Face. Um, I don't know when that would have worked best. If that would have, I think it would have been too many villains in this. Great introduction to the Penguin, and if we can just say, maybe one of the best castings of the Penguin I've seen. Of course, we have another one coming up, but as far as like just spot on casting, not too much of a stretch. Not that Danny DeVito's like the Penguin, but he fits this role really well. And I love the use of all the different umbrellas. Each umbrella has a different thing that it does, which is kind of fun. Johnny Hall, no, I have not read Batman Serious House. I'm not familiar with that. A little bit of humor, but still kind of a darker tone in there. Sure, DJ, yeah. Um, Post that. It may not let you in the comments here, but you can post it in the comments of the video, and I can release it. If you're just tuning in, we are about 20 minutes into Batman Returns. You can see the time code up here. Sorry, it keeps kind of blanking in and out because uh, it's a different platform than what I've used before, um, but it's close. It's at least very very close to where we're at, so you can kind of follow along. And we're gonna be hanging out here for a little while as we watch the movie. If you're so inclined, I do have the super chat enabled. If you like what I'm doing here on the channel or want to show a little Christmas cheer, feel free to click that super chat button. And any donations that you make towards the channel go back into the channel to do more live streams like this and more videos and improve the quality. And maybe with the right amount of money, I might be able to keep this timer on the screen. I don't know. See, and they tie into the Christmas theme. Like, here's a stocking. This was pretty disgusting. Ugh, it's chunky, too. I think that's what makes it more disgusting. And as a kid watching this, I missed all this story stuff. Why he captured Shrek. I understood the firstborn child thing, but this sort of, like, I didn't understand what this this whole document was that was shredded. I was just more like watching this going, boy, Penguin's really disgusting. DJ, I have to tell you, yeah, the hand is very disgusting too. Didn't realize that was his part. I was missing this whole dialogue. DJ, yes, I get that a lot. Harry from Home Alone. My wife actually was the first one that pointed that out, especially in the early mornings when my hair is kind of really sticking up, and if I don't cut it or do anything with it, it's very wavy and all over the place. But I do with the beard. I do get that, especially around the holidays. I think people are watching that movie and they think of that. But ew. I don't think I picked up that was like his partner's hand. I love how they have this scene done two different ways. We see her come home this time as Selena Kyle, but then we see later on, we see the Batman, or after she becomes Catwoman, that version of her coming down. Again, with the scenic design, this apartment looks very weathered, very old, very kind of cheaper housing here in the inner city, but it looks very lived in, very small, great design. Yeah, Spyros, I will be. After the first of the year, I have the season 3 of Batman Beyond reviews that'll be coming out. I kind of took a break from that once we finished season 2 and doing some of the, I thought taking a break with the holidays, but also wanted to do some of these watch-alongs. And I plan on trying to continue to do both as time allows. But yes, I'm working on the reviews right now. Just finished kind of writing them, and now working on getting them recorded. So keep an eye out for that after the new year. Yeah, kind of a dated, a little, again, kind of timeless for this, but the answering machine element, not something that you, you know, if you weren't around during the 90s, probably a weird concept. Like, you can see the beam. I'm pointing at my screen, that's where but you can see the like I-beam coming through the apartment, all painted over pink. It's just so cool, so very cool. And I don't like, these are the other reason I like these kind of movies, and just in general, a stylistic choice. I love movies that have a style to them or a design to them versus some of the movies that are just you know, are just kind of slice of life or present day, or just look like every other movie. Movies like this that have that style, I really like, whatever style that is. But I do like Tim Burton's style a lot. Yeah, I agree. JT is Reborn, the staircase that just kind of comes out of the floor. Yeah, that's not the safest way to go about that, but I love that light coming up that makes those kind of cat eyebrows there. Very cool. Probably the wrong thing to say. Dig a little deeper. There's Selena Kyle. Outside of Batman, favorite Tim Burton fan, I do like Nightmare Before Christmas, um, and Sweeney Todd. I enjoy. I'm a big musical theater fan, so that's neat to see that come to life. Um, I like Johnny Depp. Sometimes I just get a little Johnny Depp out. There's just a lot of him. Um, Somebody had pointed out in the comments in the past that Tim Burton gets a lot of credit, but it was really the movies in this area. I feel like we're kind of repeating a lot of the same. I have not seen Ed Wood though. My brother really likes Ed Wood, and maybe that's something I should check out. Wilbert Henry, I haven't seen you here, so welcome. Do you wish Robin would have shown up alongside Michael Keaton Batman? Yes and no. I don't. What as I'm watching this, I don't miss Robin in it, but there is something about Batman and Robin, and I do. I am kind of curious to see. Whoa, it's unexpected. I do kind of. I would be kind of interested to see how Tim Burton would handle Robin. I think that I did not. Wasn't a big fan of how they did Robin in Batman Forever because Chris O'Donnell they weren't fooling anybody to try to think that he was a little kid, and I don't think they were trying to. But I want to see somebody do a true, like, I want to see a 12, 13, 14-year old running around with Batman. I think that's a weird concept in the comics that we kind of dismiss, but I want to see somebody take that bull by the horns, if you will, and be like, how do you make that work? How do you make that make sense? And what does that look like? I think it creates this whole other dynamic. DJ, you rock. Thank you, DJ. I appreciate that. You rock too. This scene didn't make a lot of sense to me as a kid. Not sure I fully understand it now, but like the cat's eating her or like scratching her, like they somehow give her life. I don't know. But again, I don't. It's science fiction. I don't need it to be like fully explained. It can be sort of. I can go along with it. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Like this kind of dazed, bloody, tying back into that same routine, but a little darker. And the camera works even the same. Same. I love it. So cool. This might be one of my favorite scenes in the movie. This kind of, like I said, the duality, how different her routine changes, her drinking the milk, making the costume. That is all good. Review Bridge, welcome. So glad to hear that you've been part of the channel for a while and commenting. Please comment more. I like hearing from everybody. Suggestion to do the Arkham games. I do like the Arkham games, and maybe this isn't the right place to admit it, but I don't own any game system. I think that's available for the PC. I do have a couple of PC games, but that's not a bad idea. Gaming certainly is a big thing on YouTube, and I do think it would be kind of fun to review those games. I haven't played them a lot, but I've played parts of them over at my brother's house, and they are very cool. Another great moment here of like when the music comes in, the Catwoman theme, shredding her stuffed animals, trash in the apartment, so cool. This is one of those scenes. This would be so much fun to film a scene like this, to be given a set and go, okay, just trash it. Excuse me, just trash it. Have fun with it. Would be fun. All the cats coming in, spray paint. Be a blast. Spyros, I'd have to say, I would like to see. I'd be interested to see Tim Burton take another crack at Batman. Um, I I I like Beetlejuice. It's not one of my favorites. Certainly not as big of a fan as some people are of that movie. So I mean, it would be neat to see, and I think I've heard that talked about of doing another Beetlejuice. But yeah, I think if I given the choice, I would rather see another Tim Burton Batman, and maybe a Batman Beyond. That'd be interesting to see Tim Burton take a crack at Batman Beyond live action movie. Johnny Hall, absolutely. Batman Beyond, Batman Murder Mystery Game. I love murder mystery games. I love that detective element of Batman. It seems like a no-brainer. That would be very cool to see something like that. Yeah, there's certainly some similarities to the Killing Joke, for sure. Maybe, probably in my top five favorite comics. Somebody else was talking about the Killing Joke not that long ago, and I was like, gosh, I really got to go back and read it. Again, right over there on the shelf, right about there is the Killing Joke. I need to read that again. I love that hello there then becomes hell here. All the cats, love it. Love that look. Steam coming out of the grates, the water towers, city look. So much inspiration that I pull from in this. And you can see a lot of that also in the in whatchamacallit, in the Batman the animated series. Sorry, I got distracted because I'm trying to remember if this is the scene I wanted to mention. Sorry, everything kind of froze up there. Hopefully I didn't mess up the time code a little bit, but my computer just kind of froze up a little bit. But I think we're good. A detail I just noticed, there's fewer microphones up there right now. Um, like, not as many people covering this. It was kind of cool. Love that. Great moment. The giant duck uh, uh, floating thing. I don't know where he got that or how he built that, but kind of cool. Kind of cool to have that. Love that theme also. And I mean, again, Danny DeVito, give him all the credit, but it is so cool to uh, see see his portrayal in there. Rob Ailing, welcome. Can't say for long after the festival. Oh, well, congratulations on the festival. I assume for living in Crime Alley. So have fun with that. Selena Kyle, Catwoman transformation scene in the apartment is easily. Yeah, I agree. I was just saying that if you weren't on yet, but one of my favorite scenes in this movie. Big projection screen TV, a little dated, but Yeah, JT is reborn. Yeah, nobody seems to be concerned about how he just comes out of the sewer like that. It's such a contrast going to Bruce Wayne's apartment, Bruce Wayne's Gotham Manor, that like having that look. It's a warmer look at the fireplace going, big projection screen TV. Again, another '90s thing that people wouldn't understand. Sorry, I got a little something on my nose here. I'm not picking my nose, I swear. And certainly, maybe some notes that we've taken from that Batman, the animated series, pulls from is like this idea of the Penguin being somebody we feel for, we feel bad for, we connect with. Now, of course, this was all kind of a ruse. I think, well, at least that's my interpretation of this a ruse, but maybe that's not necessarily true. Maybe that's more of a, you know, maybe it was his plan, but then they kind of turned on him. JT is reborn, absolutely, yeah. Michael Goff as Alfred is one of the best. And I love that he's kind of the through line in this. Pat Hinge as Commissioner Gordon, also equally a kind of a recurring character in that. Great shot. Tight on the eyes. I love those attention to those little detailed shots. Johnny Hall, Batman TV show, you're talking about the 60s Batman? If you are, love it. I've got, over on this side here, poster from the movie, the Batman movie, and a couple of, not bobbleheads, but like wobbleheads of Batman and Robin from the 60s. And very, very, very cool show. Was kind of my introduction to Batman live action. And always like that for different reasons. It's campy, it's fun, it's colorful, but it's fun. Great sequence. Not a fan of cold soup. Anybody else out there like cold soup? Not me. No, the 2006. Oh, the Batman? I don't know if I've seen that. Is that the one that's kind of, or no, that's Beware the Batman. Yeah, I don't remember the 2006 one. I'm a fan of all Batman shows, though, so good chance I am. A little bit of detective work in here. I really wanted, so I've been blessed with really good eyesight, and when I was a kid watching these Batman movies, again I've shared this before, but I always wanted to be like the characters I was seeing on TV, and so I wanted a pair of glasses like Bruce Wayne had in the Batcave there, especially the ones that wrapped around your ear. I have headphones on, but the ones that wrap around your ear, the little glass. And went to the eye doctor, checked me out again. Just did not get couldn't fail the test to deserve glasses. So always kind of a disappointment, but maybe at some point I'll be old enough I'll need readers and I can get glasses like that. But not complaining. Now I see the benefit of having really good eyesight is good. Yeah, Rob, I'm with you. I don't get it. When I think of soup, I want to, I like eating soup, especially this time of year, cold, warm soup. It's always good. Light streaks coming down through there. Very cool. I mean, this is the stuff that, and honestly, why a director like Tim Burton gets so much credit is like because he has a very distinctive style. There's movies that I like, and I'll watch several of them before I go, oh, wait a minute, that was the same director, or you know, I had no idea, producer or whatever. But you know, Tim Burton has that kind of style that you go, you see it and you go, oh yeah, that's a Tim Burton movie. Review Bridge, thank you so much. You're welcome. Glad you're enjoying these watch alongs. Again, and I just throw this out there just so people know, if you are enjoying these and are so inclined to donate financially, I do have the super chat enabled. You can click on that. $1, $2, $5, whatever you want, is always very appreciated. And I'll give you a special shout out for doing that if you're so inclined. If you're not, no pressure. Please sit back, enjoy the reviews. But if you do feel moved to give a financial donation, I do appreciate that. Johnny Hall, absolutely. Nightfall, hands down, my favorite series of Batman. Again, you could see I have the paperback volumes. I guess I can do this. Paperback volumes over here, and down here, somewhere in here, is the Nightfall series that I have, and I have that actual issue, original release. Bought it a couple years after it came out, but yeah, one of my favorite stories of all times. I'm like, this is a great silhouette of Penguin with the hat, the fur coat, the round, great look. Is that the same? I just picked up on this. Is that the same lady that's in like a Frog That Became the Prince? The one that said that? Is that the same lady that's in Batman Forever? The one reporter? Anybody know? Let me know in the comments. Great Alley. Great introduction to Catwoman in action. Beating up a criminal, villain. Tic-tac-toe. Ouch. But not quite. Great. Another great line. I want to say that was in the trailer. I'm Catwoman, hear me roar. Wilbert Henry. I can't think of a specific time in the Burton films where Batman kills. Not saying it hasn't happened, but where they directly show that. I could be wrong. Anybody can think of a scene where does Batman kill in the Burton films? Not a practical conference table, but cool. And another little detail, looking behind Shrek at the city, this is obviously a set, obviously what typically would be a matte painting or a backdrop, but you see steam coming up, which means that it's a layered drop, whether it be some practical set pieces and then steam coming up, just adds a whole nother, you know, and they have snow falling down there in different scenes, like just a great, I mean, I think after Tim Burton proved himself with the '89 Batman that he got a little bit more money to play with in this, so that was just very cool. Bum, bum, bum. Bruce Wayne dumbfounded. And I love the difference in confidence that Selena Kyle now has after becoming Catwoman. Very cool. Sorry, my chin itches. I'm not doing anything weird. Sorry. I love that. Mistook me. Grego Craig, is that how you say that? Yeah, okay. I remember the bomb thing coming up in here. Uh, yeah, maybe that is. Yeah, so maybe he does kill. I don't know if they directly show it. I gotta remember how that scene plays out um, in this. Wait a minute. Grego Craig, I'm reading your previous comment. Yes, Elizabeth Sanders, the wife of Bob Kane, is the lady who plays the woman who says he's like a frog who became a prince and plays the gossip girl. That's it in the sequels. Wow, I did not know that was Bob Kane's um, wife. That's incredible. That's a neat piece of trivia. Very cool. Thank you for sharing that. I want that rug, the big smiley face. Uh, there's got to be a place to get that. Somebody needs to make that to capitalize on. Okay, Johnny Hall. Yes, you're right. He did blow up Ace Chemicals with people. I guess that's pretty clearly him killing people. Good point. Well played. Well played. Such a Christopher Walken moment. Forced focus there. You can see two layers. See, even Penguin has a little chain around his staircase there uh, that Max Schreck didn't learn enough to have that. Of those blinds, that kind of look there. Yeah, very early. Doug Jones, one of his early roles there is one of the clown. Is it just me, or is Max Schreck's hair very different in that? It looks shorter or slicked back more or something. Or if that was deliberate or not. Mmm. Nice raw fillet of fish. That looks real. That looks like real fish. Does anybody know? Did uh, Danny DeVito really eat raw fish like that? You can't eat raw fish, sushi and stuff, but take after take, I don't know. Moods, yes. I just played, I think, the first one, Batman the Telltale series. I know there's a couple of them, but yeah, I just finished the first one not that long ago. Pretty fun. Pretty fun. I mean, that looks real. I don't know. Maybe not, but even that, just the way he's eating, is just disgusting. Wilbert Henry, that's a good topic. Should Batman kill? I like the element of him having that line that he won't cross. Um, I think that's a tough scenario to always like fulfill with that he doesn't kill, he won't cross that line because then it makes him like the criminals. Um, I like that idea. Uh, So yeah, I don't think he should kill, but great character. I read somewhere what that liquid was that. Um, this is pretty gross. He's at, but there was something that Danny DeVito had to put in his mouth to get that black inky look, goo. That's disgusting. That would hurt. Yeah. Who thought that this plan was going to work? Yeah, there's I like this take on Penguin. I think works really well in the tone of the movie. I and it I think it works really well in the context of this Tim Burton movie. Um, but I do like, other versions of the Penguin that are like, more of a sophisticated gentleman's criminal and that sort of thing. But it certainly works well in this. Moods, yeah, yeah, I agree. I think that, he kind of dances on the line of being kind of good or bad, and you have that rule that he won't kill kind of makes it clear. Yeah, and then there's some of those gray areas where he blows up an entire building that I'm sure there's casualties in his work, but whether it's an actual murder or not. I mean, all those little grunts that Danny DeVito makes. Cassiano, hi. What's your favorite Batman from the movies? Hi, welcome. Thank you for joining us. I hope I said your name correctly. But my favorite Batman, I think, is the Christian Bale Batman from the Dark Knight series. Big fan of Christian Bale, and even dating back before that. And so seeing him as Batman, I was very excited about that. And I think he does a great, excuse me, coffee, water, make me burp. Uh, does a great job of kind of dancing that line between Bruce Wayne and Batman, in my opinion. These are huge sets too. I mean, I think this was in uh, Pinewood Studios in London, or in the UK at least. Yeah, Review Bridge. I agree. It's like he is a dark character, so like it just makes him that much darker if he's going to be killing people. I love that growling poodle. Little bit of tech there, early tech. It's a little outlandish, but fun. I go along with it. Little uh, light lighter moment in a fight. There you go, Doug Jones there. The red light coming out from the shops. I mean, just the composition. I mean, you could go through this frame by frame. This shot, her looking through the little cat face. The I think that's just the Max Shrek logo. Um, I mean, you could really go through these Wow, that was obviously not Michelle Pfeiffer. Uh, you could go through these shots, take frame by frame, and could be a case study in composition. I did hear that she really did this. I don't know if that's true, that she really learned the bullwhip to take the heads off the mannequins, or at least got some of those. Brad Ladner, hey, welcome. Glad you could join us. If you're just tuning in, we're just almost halfway through Batman Returns. I have a time code up here so that you can see where we're at to jump in. You have to have your own source, DVD, Blu-ray. I'm on HBO Max. You could probably even get I think they're still offering a 7-day free trial if you haven't done that already to watch along with us. But any sort of service that you can watch along, you can see where we're at in by the time code right there. Spyros, I agree. I would love to see, what Tim Burton would do with an Arkham in Arkham Asylum. That feels like that lends itself to a Tim Burton Batman. And is this the scene we were talking about? So he puts a bomb in the guy's pants. Yeah, yeah, that's killing. That's pretty clearly comic book killing. I mean, apparently in cartoons, if you put a bomb down somebody's pants, doesn't necessarily mean they die. But don't ever do this, I'm assuming. Old-fashioned microwave, we used to have one of those with the dials. Then they meet. Batman and Penguin. Even the costume design, like Penguin looks good and debonair, but it's a little dirty, a little dingy, a little rough around the edges, which is kind of nice. I have to say, Michael Keaton does have a great jawline great mouth, I guess, for Batman. This was another scene I think was in the trailer that always kind of stuck out to me. The three of them come together. So here's my opinion. Let me know if you agree or disagree. But I think this is the right combination. We have a primary villain and kind of a secondary villain, and then our hero. Comic book movies sometimes get a little carried away, and certainly in some of the other Batman movie iterations where you have, I guess Batman Forever was Two-Face and Riddler. I think that worked out okay, but then we get into the Batman Robin. You've got Mr. Freeze, you've got Poison Ivy, you got Bane, and I think that's a little over the top. This is a great fight on the rooftop. Again, picking a great location for them to. There's a meme of that, the Batman wide eye look. But good fight between the two of them. But I don't know. Let me know. Do you guys agree? Should there be a limit to the amount of villains that we have in there? Captain Salty Beard, untucked shirt is the last stop for a fat guy. Yeah, I would agree with that. Although I untuck my shirt, I don't think I'm getting a little pudgy in my older age, but certainly can understand that. All right, I'm going to lose the time code here just for a little bit, perhaps. Keeps shifting on me. So again, I have the time code up here. If you are watching along and want to see where we're at, you can jump in there. Johnny Hall, I love Spider-Man. I am, and I know not everybody likes to hear me say this, but I am a fan of both Marvel and DC. I grew up with DC, tended to buy the DC comics, love Batman. Um, who carries a big truck of kitty litter around like that? I don't know. But I also like Marvel, and I think of all the Marvel superheroes, Spider-Man always tended to be my favorite. But again, I was introduced to those old '60s and '80s cartoons of Spider-Man. Um, there's a couple of different iterations, so that would hurt pulling a claw out of there. So I always enjoyed those as well. So that I don't know that's me, but yeah, I do like Spider-Man a lot. Yeah, I don't know. Spyro's. I think it would be interesting to see a Mask of the Phantasm live action version, but it's one of those. I think we were talking about this on the live stream. It's just such a great movie as it is. Um, I think doing another take on it might be interesting. They're certainly into reboots, but I don't know if you know. Excuse me, Andrea Beaumont would be an interesting character, but I wouldn't want to see just a shot for shot recreation of that in live action, in my opinion. Um, but but if but I would like to see Tim Burton's take on some of those characters. Certainly, Mask of Phantasm again, that or Phantasm. I just call him Mask of Phantasm, but it would be interesting to see Tim Burton's take on that character. A lot of sexual undertones in this that I don't think I picked up on as a kid. Like the putting the button on, not good. Connor Harvey, I haven't seen that. That animated film, Superman versus the Elite. I think I remember hearing about it, but I haven't seen it. No, is it good? Who? Yeah, my cat is named after Oswald Cobblepot, and usually he makes an appearance in the live streams at one time or another. Last time I saw him, he was sleeping on the guest bed, but so usually he'll make an appearance. But he's Oswald Cobblecat. See, get the difference. Another thing I didn't notice until just now that uh, her suit is slowly falling apart. The seams are breaking loose, and I don't think I ever noticed that before. That's a great detail because it's not a real practical. I mean, a full like patent black leather suit, not real practical, all sewn together, but to see it kind of falling apart, that would have been a hard costume to build and design to make it incrementally different like that. Great plan. Turn Batman into a villain. Great plan. Cool birdcage. Again, a very iconic kind of Tim Burton shape to it, like that. Cat's gotta eat. Captain Salty Beer, DC has better characters, Marvel has better stories. Okay, I could go along with that. I mean, I do like DC stories, but yeah, they are very different. I think that the point of it being, that they're very different. To me, it's hard to compare DC versus Marvel, and I know there's a lot of discussions about that, but I always, some of the Marvel stories I feel like get too big, too overdrawn, especially what they're doing in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is just a lot. You know, uh, it's cool. I like them. I enjoy watching them, but just a lot. Yourself a bath. Good. Oh yeah, Wilbert Henry, '90s Teenage Mutant Ninjas. I can't even say it. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan movie from the '90s. Love that movie, and the first two were good. The third one, where they go back in time, Turtles in Time or something. It's kind of. I tried to watch that not too long ago. I was like, is it really as bad as I remember? Yes, yes, it is. See, and again, we haven't. I mean, other than the setting, we've seen scenes that take place for Christmas, but not the story hasn't affected it. Holiday blues, okay. I mean, they definitely have soaked in the references and the tie-in to Christmas, which works. Moods, background art that comes close to Batman the Animated Series. Genuine question. I mean, yeah, I mean, we've talked about it a lot, but yeah, uh, it was really. I mean, the artwork of it is just great. Yeah, I have a couple amalgam comics, the crossover DC versus Marvel, kind of fun. Greg or Craig, second Turtles movies was again. It's the same sort of thing where it's like the first Turtles movie was kind of darker, more realistic as far as you could get with giant turtles running around, and then the second one kind of amped that up even more. And yeah, it's not a quality movie as far as movies go, but definitely holds a lot of nostalgic flavor. My uncle took me and my brothers to see that when we were kids at the theater, and it was great. It was great fun. But yeah, as far as movies go, I love that fireplace. Huge, huge fireplace. That'd be really warm though. But yeah, as far as movies go, not great. When does Bruce Wayne have time to date? Some Batman stories. It's like they show him like being out every night, trying to stop crime and that. And it's like, when does he have time to sleep or do anything else? Yeah, Captain Saltybeard's the little two raff, great joke in there. Yeah. Brad Ladner, that definitely a Citizen Kane style fireplace. I guess it's a sign of wealth, like having a more wealthy you are, the bigger your fireplace. Well, they talk about Vicky Vale anyway. I think there's a lot of. I think he's talking about the Bruce Wayne in this scene, talking a lot about or uh, talking a lot about the first Batman movie, um, in there, as far as like you can think be a Norman Bates or Ted Bundy, because like I think of the scene when he was revealing who he was to Vicky Vale or trying to, and then Joker came in, that like kind of made him seem a little psychotic. Oh, she found that tender spot that she caused. JT is reborn. That's a good point. That yeah, that billionaire Bruce Wayne and his dates are. Well, I'll take you back to the house. We can hang out there. I guess he's kind of a homebody, but it's a nice house. Nice. He's got his own. He's got his own. Butler, and can certainly be able to entertain them, and but yeah. Uh-oh. A great scene where they're both trying to figure out a way to get out of here. I imagine Alfred is a good cook moods. Johnny Hall. What would a good Mr. Freeze look like in Batman the animated, or in a live action Batman? I always thought uh, he's done a lot, so I don't want to like put him out there as the choice. But in the '90s, I would have liked to see. Uh, uh, I guess even now he's aged really well, but Patrick Stewart, I think would make a great Mr. Freeze. Oh, old faithful Alfred. I love this shot with the bat suits in the little closet there area. I love that. I love the scenes in any of these superhero movies, where they would show the hero getting ready. This certainly, getting the costume out, and like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie where he put that on, put the suit on, or come on and put the suit. Love that shot. It's more early computer animation. They used it very sparingly, and I think it works in this context. But Moods, you're saying me as Mr. Freeze? If the tone and mood was right? I would love to do that. If anybody's making a Mr. Freeze movie, I'll do it. I did get a little piece of trivia. I did get cast in a Batman fan film as the Scarecrow, and but the movie got shut down before I got to film any of my scenes. I was on set one day visiting while they were filming some like external driving scenes and stuff, and got a costume and did the whole thing, but never actually got to film, never got finished. I don't know why I don't know if it was a money thing or why it got shut down, but they never, kind of disappointing, never got to film that. Saul Martin, this movie's a real gem. Thank you. Yeah. I don't know why I'm thanking you, because it's I had nothing to do with the movie, but I will take credit for choosing to watch it tonight. I love this. They just were on a date together. Now they are out here fighting each other. Yeah, the Ice Princess doesn't get enough credit in this movie. Kind of a cool supporting character. Eat floor high fiber, yeah. There's Doug Jones as the skinny clown. Again, didn't have any idea who he was. One of the less make up characters that he's played in his career. Yeah. Batman has its doubts. Uh-oh. Anybody play with lawn darts? Penguins, referencing Penguin's line there. We never did. We never had those. This is a great plot to frame Batman to be to make him the villain. Is a really pretty cool villain plot. I like that, because it kind of twists that. It takes, Penguin becoming the good guy and the I was going to say politician, but that doesn't necessarily make him a good guy, but making him, the hero of the city, and turning the public against Batman. Another very famous scene. I've been seeing this scene, meme of this scene, pop up a lot lately on social media. But the kiss between great line. Mistletoe can be deadly if you eat it. Kiss can be even deadlier. This scene here where she licks his mouth, kind of weird, but I guess that's what a cat would do. There's, as I watch this, there's so many scenes that just kind of like stick out to me, like that whole sequence there. This where he has the Batwing open up, and I think part of it was because we didn't own this movie. We didn't. Oh, what's happening there? We didn't own this movie when I was growing up, so I only saw it like when we'd rent it, once in a while, or it was on TV or something like that. So it has, I think it holds a special place for me because it was such a scarcity. It wasn't something I watched a lot as a kid, but certainly had a great interest in it. Yeah. Dangerous trying to catch lawn darts there, Captain Saltybeard. Again, the little rip forming up on her, above her eye there. That's kind of making the mask fit a little looser. Yeah, JT is Reborn. That's one of the more fantastical elements of the. Where is Batman hiding those wings? And also just a lot of the stuff that he has on his utility belt. That's like, how did he? Where does he keep that? Great landscape of the city there. Very cool. Suit falling apart even more. I don't know why that happened. Why, when she screamed, does it destroy the whole greenhouse? Good landing. Yeah, where'd the wings go? The Cobblepot RV. You know, it's funny, they dress this RV up, but that to me is a very 90s thing that I think every RV looked like that. That wood paneling, shag carpet around that time. I don't think they're kind of fancy now, but back then they all kind of look like that. I would agree, JT is Reborn, that uh, Gotham City, I think Tim Burton had one of the best interpretations of what Gotham City looked like in compared to any of the other movies, you know. And because it was a constructed set. I mean, it's a fictional city. So like even The Dark Knight, as much as I love those movies and I love what they do, um, the stories and all that, but yeah, it's really, most of it is Chicago, and it looks very real. It looks like how Gotham would, but I love um, how Batman, Tim Burton, I should say, his interpretation of the Batmobile. I'm getting confused. His interpretation of Gotham City looks incredible, and I don't think any of this was filmed. Gosh, I could be wrong, but I don't think any of this was filmed on location. I think it was all studios and backlots and sets and all that, which I like. I think that's how, for movies like this should be, and practical. If they do this now, this 90% of it will be green screen. I agree. JT is Reborn. Brad, worst on star ever. Yeah, I agree. And why he had the time to like construct that, the model of the uh, Batmobile, I don't know. Even in tragedy, even in the moment of desperation, trying to save Batman, trying to save himself, but also all the other citizens, he thought ahead to this record this audio or video and to use it for another moment. Found it. I have to look. This was used in Batman the Animated Series, wasn't it? With the mechanic, where they took over the Batmobile. Was that before or after this episode or this movie? I don't remember. Anybody know? Let me know in the comment section. Yeah, apparently, Captain Salty Beard, that Batman has a CD player, a CD burner in the Batmobile to record this on. Yeah, the tech again, things like that that show his show the age of the movie. That's a cool feature of the Batmobile. Thin up. I also do like how in The Dark Knight where the bat cycle pops out of the Batmobile. That's kind of cool too. JT is Reborn. This was before that episode. They definitely pulled some influence from there. Yeah, I think it's this scene here that I wanted to point something out about. Yeah, so in this scene, in this crowd, uh, in the there is a there's a guy that's in that crowd, one of the extras. That's a today is a really good friend of mine, Martin Carlton. I didn't know him at this time, but he was living in L.A. For about 20 years, and he's since moved back home where I'm from, and we met up actually on the set of Avengers, and we've become really good friends, and have done a lot of things together, and have done. He was the first AD on my the Stakeout movie, if you've seen that. So we have gotten to know each other well over the years, and he told me that he was in this movie, which was a huge thrill for me because I am a Batman fan. But I'm going to try to point him out. He's in the crowd. He's up towards the top of the screen. He's wearing like a black fuzzy hat and a kind of a plaid scarf. And I'll try to point him out when he comes in there. But cool. Great. Another neat little tech device of to get the Batcave. I like how they have different modes of getting into the Batcave. Was always kind of fun for me. The spikes thankfully go away, but a nice little slide there to get in there. But cool scene. Good point, Captain Salty Beard. Better be higher than 4x. Recorded in live, real time. Yeah, this is not exactly how CDs work, where he like uses it like a record, but well, we kind of go along with it. All right, so if they cut to the crowd here, you can see. If they cut to the crowd, you can see him there. He's wearing like a black leather coat as well, kind of towards the middle. You can really see him when they cut closer. This pan here, and again, good thought on Batman's part to like jam the signal. I don't know what that sign was. That yeah, that not quite how CDs work. Ooh. You also can't hear the Batmobile sounds in there as well. Unless it cleaned it up. Playback. Early CD tech. So there he is. He's looking at he's standing next to the woman in red. That's my friend Martin. So wild. There he is. There's a good shot of him. Yeah. Can't do that with a CD like a record. But I think the tech was so early that they kind of, people weren't as familiar with what CDs could and couldn't do. Hey, Penguin turned the city against Batman. Why not do the same to him? Comes back. Yeah, he's in several of those shots. My friend Martin, kind of cool. That kind of a neat neat thing to say that I have a friend that's in this movie as an extra, you know, but just as much a part of it. And this, I love where the theme comes in there. Penguin kind of resorting back to his natural habitat. Johnny Hall, favorite Batcave entrance, probably from the old 60s Batman, where the sign drops and truly coming out of the cave. Although I do like the bridge that comes out in the animated versions. I like that. What's your favorite Batcave entrance? Yeah, that's always the thing I think about too. JT is Reborn is that who thinks of this to bring, you know, fruits and vegetables? Do you bring that to these big speeches just in case you need that to throw at them? I guess it doesn't hurt to be prepared. Yeah, certainly not a lot of room to hold the bullets in the cane. Ooh. This is what he always, you know, I think he's more comfortable in this. He tried to go Max's route, and and that's the thing. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think that he was going to go through with that, or with the plan of becoming mayor and trying to do it that way, or was it a or did it just kind of develop over time and this? Because now I'm watching it going, yeah, I think it was like he planned to go straight, I guess, and then it didn't work out. The crowd turned on him. Oof. Well, so much for that. Yeah, Penguin fully knows that's killing children is bad. It's going along with it. I mean, like yeah, Danny DeVito just has a very Penguin look to him. I love that shot of the Batman and Alfred on the two cliffs there in the Batcave. Oh, sorry, froze up a little bit. Yeah, Bruce Wayne has to be careful not to actually put on a mask at because then people might focus on his mouth and be like, "Oh wait a minute, that's Batman." Moods, that's so kind of you. Don't even have the movie, but just having fun hanging out with all of us talking Batman. I'm glad that you're enjoying this. Yeah, it's, you know, again, we're winding down. We're getting close to the end of Batman Returns if you're just tuning in. But certainly we're just, you know, it's more or less playing in the background for me as we just discuss things Batman and, you know, have some talking points to do with the movie. Selena Kyle also not wearing a mask. But yeah, it's kind of fun just hanging out with everybody. Johnny Hall, I appreciate that you wish you could donate. And again, no pressure on anybody, but if you are so inclined to offer up a monetary donation, I have the super chat, dollar, $2, whatever you want. Always helpful, always goes back to the channel. So I always appreciate that. But certainly don't have to. Sit back, enjoy, and we can hang out just the same. Like he planned to go straight while still being evil, like most politicians. Ooh, burn. Not to get too political, but yeah, you have a point. this scene was always stuck out to me a lot. Andy Reid, that's okay. You can watch it in playback. I know this one was sort of a last minute. Jumped in here to do this, really just because I wanted to watch Batman Returns, but I thought it might be a nice little Christmas surprise for anybody that was around on a Sunday that wanted to watch this. Uh-oh. Wow, Brad, nice. Good eye. Her earrings don't match. I didn't even notice that. She's kind of losing her mind here a little bit. Bum, bum, bum. I love great moment where they realize who each other is. So cool. Those look like real tears. All right. Pull her in. I love this tension here. The music of the party kind of dissolves away there. Such a great scene. Good thing they did move when they did. Ryan McKenna saw that. Oh. Sorry. Sorry, that might have messed up the time code there. I tried to cross my legs and I hit my mouse and paused it. So hopefully I didn't mess up the time code too much. But yes, sorry, Ryan, saw this with your father when it came out. So good. Yeah, it is. It's a fun movie. Ryan, do you think this is a Christmas movie or just a movie that is good to watch at Christmas? Uh-oh. Yeah, the whole political angle of Oswald and coming to the surface and Max grooming him and why he was taking their children, all that was kind of lost on me as a kid. But there also was just enough. I didn't know this guy had a knife, but firstborn there. But yeah, there was moments like that that I was kind of lost on me. But there's enough, okay, Penguin's a villain. He's trying to go good, and he turns out bad. Batman's got to stop him. I got that enough. And then you watch it again, and you're like, oh, I see. There's more to the story than just that. In the duck. Yeah, I guess these penguins too. There was a mixture of robots and um, mix of robots and actual penguins, which is kind of wild. Yeah, yeah. No police at the party. Captain Saltybeard. The penguin dies for our sins equals Christmas movie. Okay, there's an interpretation. Yeah, the true meaning of Christmas is that the penguin is there for us all. Lots of different umbrellas. This was a cool cool sequence too, with this kind of like train that was going through town to capture the kids. Again, sort of a, I mean, not that's what similarities to Nightmare Before Christmas, that going out and they weren't stealing kids, but they had to go out and delivering the bad presents, and then they had to go. Santa Claus had to go and get them back. I don't know why that seems. That's a pretty close tie-in to, instead of going to houses and delivering Christmas, they're taking kids. I think Penguin really likes that umbrella. Uh-oh. He's not going to like that. Well, what did he think was going to happen? Of course Batman was going to stop it. This is kind of cool here. Motivational speech for his penguins as they go into battle. And I correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know of any other iterations of the Penguin where he uses penguins to do his bidding, to carry out his missions, other than this. Am I missing one? Maybe there's a comic story in the comics or something where he does that, but certainly, yeah, I can't think of one where he really uses too much in the way of penguins. Seems like it makes sense, but it's pretty agile of him. Great detail of the water spurting on the windows of his little bat boat there. I like that. Andy Reid, Joker, Penguin, Catwoman not having origin stories in the animated series. That's possible. I don't know if the same audience was watching Batman Returns as was watching Batman the Animated Series. I mean, I was, but if you're too young, I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's probably in the near connection. But also, I think for the Joker anyway, I think a lot of times that they sort of keep his origins a little loose or a little ambiguous in there. But yeah, I guess for me, I'm not as crazy about the origin stories. If you've seen many of my reviews, you know that I'm less than interested in seeing some of those origins as they do for some of the episodes. Just jump into the action. I'll figure it out. And I like it rolling out over time a little bit more. Salty Beard. Penguin using penguins in the original live action show? You're talking about the 60s? I could be wrong, but I don't remember that. A little bit of animated penguins in there. Oh boy, here we go. Yeah, again, a little loose on the tech here of what's happening, but it works for the story. Moods, I'm with you. I hope that the yeah, I mean, I'm seeing a lot of set photos of the new Batman movie, so it makes me think that they are once again filming on locations. But now with computers, I mean, they can really dress up those sets however they want. But yeah, this to me, like as far as Batman, Gotham City, the look of Gotham City in that, this is really pretty iconic. Excuse me, for me, as far as what I want to see from a Batman, the Art Deco, the kind of stylistic choices. So yeah, I would love to see that moods in the new film as well. I don't think we will. I think they're going to be taking more of that kind of realistic approach, at least from just what I've been seeing. But I could be wrong. Yeah, where are I guess this is JT is Reborn of the Citizens. I mean, it's late at night, so they may be sleeping, but like any big city, I mean, people should be out at all times. You know, I like the sonar with the duck on there. It's kind of funny. They're leaving. I like how she just backs away into the shadows. It's pretty cool. See, this has wheels. It floats. I mean, this duck is pretty incredible. Quite a machine. Amphibious, all terrain. Yes, yes, a little bit, Captain Saltybeard. Well, that duck mobile didn't last long. There was also a trend in these. It was always kind of annoying when in these Tim Burton movies that the first time Batman uses these vehicles, they get destroyed. You know, the Batwing and the first, the '89 Joker shoots it down with one bullet, and then in this one, the Batboat and the Penguin. Again, great tie-in, Joker and the Wing, and then the climactic battle has the Batboat in there. But this feels very familiar, very similar. This showdown. I don't want to say it's formula because it is different, but it does have similar feels to the old or to the '89 Batman. And I like that it's at this Arctic world, kind of a kind of pseudo Sea World thing, which again another one of those details I didn't catch when I was like, where is this arena that he's living at versus being in the sewers and that. Andy Reid, the hometown of Liverpool, filming scenes of the new Batman. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like it's an actual place. So I have a feeling, and you'll probably recognize a lot of those landmarks and be like, oh yeah, that's just Liverpool. Uh, versus for me, I've never been to Liverpool, so I may not make the connection as well of what where these locations are, but I'm sure it'll look familiar to you. And I hear that a lot of people that live in LA watch movies and like are constantly seeing those familiar spots and going, "Oh yeah, that's just right down the road." Did we see how Catwoman got down there? Last we saw her, she was in that greenhouse. I don't know why he didn't use the wings again. Maybe he didn't bring them with him this time. Had to use the zip line. Batman has no sympathy for her. He'll save him, but Brad Ladner, yeah, there's a bunch of shows and movies that are in Atlanta now, so I'm sure you have that same experience. Something I didn't understand about this scene here. One is, why is that set piece moving there behind him? Is that the suspension or something? But Captain Saltybeard, yeah, Max, that is, uh, yeah, it's this spot here. Like, why does Batman rip his cowl off? I mean, I get wanting to take it off, but why does he rip it off? There's got to be an easier way to take it off. I mean, as cool as it looks, the jagged lines and all that, but yeah. Yeah, Captain Saltybeard asking Max, the actor is um Christopher Walken. Very iconic voice. He uh, may have done some voiceover work. Hey, Matthew McLean, good to see you. Yeah, I thought it'd be fun to do a watch along on a different night. A little bit of a surprise for those people that don't normally get to see me on Wednesday, different time zone or different time frame and day. So yeah, it's available in the reruns if you're just tuning in. We're towards the end of the movie, but you can certainly watch this in replays just the same. JT is reborn. Yeah, his eyeliner's gone. I do think it's kind of a neat detail that it looks like in the new Batman movie, Robert Pattinson, you will see his eyeliner when he takes the cowl off. But I don't think people. I don't know. I don't think they thought that people would understand why that happened. Cool death scene. Uh, cool way to kill somebody with you know, with the shocker, and it does match up with her lives. How many times that she died? So she does have extra lives, as the tag at the end kind of indicates. Yeah, it's okay, Matthew McLean. You can watch it in replays, and who knows? Maybe next Christmas we'll do it again. But yeah, because and we on the Wednesday nights we're still doing a live watch along. We'll be watching Christmas with the Joker this Wednesday. So I knew not everybody would be able to join us for this live watch along. But again, there's some people that don't get to watch us on. Whew, that's a shocking image. That don't get to watch us on Wednesday nights, which I know you're a regular audience member there for those, and we're going to continue doing those. But I wanted to try to capture a few different people that don't normally get to see the movies. That's a cute one. Yeah, Penguin doesn't look good there. Oof. He is a weird shaped penguin. I do like this. This is kind of sweet how the penguins come out, take him back to where he goes. Johnny Hall, to be honest with you, I'm not a big gamer. I like different games. I like kind of strategy games. Uh, but yeah, it's yeah, just not a big gamer. But strategy games would probably be my role playing games and that sort of thing. Well, Matthew McLean, if I gave a heads up, that would kind of defeat the purpose of being a surprise. Just playing with you. Other stuff that I geek out on. I mean, comic books, Batman, superheroes. Um, Here's a weird one. I love spreadsheets. My wife always kind of teases me. Any excuse I get to make a spreadsheet, I get kind of goofy about. But I love sci-fi. Big sci-fi fan. Star Trek, Star Wars. Again, don't kind of play favorites. Just kind of like them all. What else? All kinds of things. What do you geek out on, Matthew? Yeah, I like the Paul Bearer kind of reference with the penguins there. Love that look. The alley, snow falling. Great images. Can't get enough of it. Yeah, spreadsheets. I know it's weird. I have like spreadsheets for everything. So weird. To-do lists and productivity and organization, all that kind of stuff. It's kind of a sickness. So yeah, Dune. Dune is one of those things. I really think that I could get into it. I'm not a huge Dune fan. I think I saw the original movie maybe once as a kid. My brother was really into it and didn't really connect with it as much. But I am kind of looking forward to the new Dune movie. So, Matthew, I got to ask you because I've been asking other people. Do you think it would be advantageous for me to read the book before seeing the new Dune movie, or do you think I should just go into it and watch the movie? The Star Wars special, holiday special of Star Wars. I don't. Do you know where to watch that? I don't even know where that's available. I think there's some maybe on YouTube or something. Moods. I do like the Harry Potter movies. Again, something that I goodwill towards men and women. Nice. Um, I do like Harry Potter movies. I'm currently working my way through the series. I'll read a book, watch the movie, read a book, watch a movie. So I haven't seen them all. But I came into it much later. Like I said, I was in my adult life. Love that skyline of Gotham. So cool. And you can definitely see the influence that they pulled in there from the original or from the animated series for sure in there. Well, there it is. Let the credits roll through. Um, yeah, fun stuff. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching that. I'm going to catch up on some of the comments here before we sign off. Um, Spyros, if you were allowed to change one thing differently, Andy, now that the movie ends, you still prefer Phantasm as an animated movie due to the sound effect of the work. Yeah, I do. I like Phantasm. I mean, as it is, I just don't think that they'd be able to capture that. Um, I think, I would have liked to see. I like how this movie ends. I think that keeping it open ended. I think the only downside is that we don't get to see the story go further. It would have been nice to see what a third Tim Burton movie would have been like with Selena Kyle now out and in the world, and what she would have done, and where their relationship would have gone between Batman and Catwoman, and how she would have interacted with the new villain, whatever that would have been. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Johnny Hall, Catwoman has one life left. So that would have been cool too, to see, like, in a third Batman movie, if she would have died, or got, lost her last life, if that would have been, what that would have meant, and for her to really be gone, or how that would have been interesting. I think I would have liked to see that. Interesting question. Apparently, the director loves Dune, the book, so you'd better get better appreciation. Yeah, I typically, Matthew McClain, going back to the Dune question, I usually like, if it is a book that's based on a movie, if it's especially a book like that that's really a classic, I tend to like to read it first before I watch the movie. But I don't know. So I might have to add that to my read list before watch the movie. But I don't know. We'll see if I have time. Yeah, and I agree, Matthew. That's the thing. My brother is a huge Dune fan and says that a lot. That I would like Dune. I just need to jump in and watch it. And just haven't done that yet. So perhaps I will. JT is reborn. Yeah, I'm excited to see Keaton in the Flash film, whatever that looks like. It may, and I keep like warning people that not to get their hopes up, because Michael Keaton in the Flash movie may just be a cameo, but I think that would be good too. Thanks, Matthew. I'll give it a read. No, I don't think I heard. I've heard bits and pieces. I don't think I ever actually read or heard the interview of Tim Burton about the third Batman, but I've heard bits and pieces about what that would have been. Babur Hussein saying, I still have this on VHS. Awesome. Yeah, we never owned this movie, but it wasn't until much later. Now I finally bought the Blu-ray set of the four kind of original live action movies that I watch from time to time. But now I have HBO Max. For those of you that have been following my saga, I was one of the first subscribers to DC Universe. Was very excited about that. I have a couple of videos on my channel talking about that. And I think I said in even one of those that I thought that it might be a pretty narrowed streaming service for just to be about DC. But as a DC fan, it was a big deal. I was very excited about it. Loved it. Got a lot out of it. Really enjoyed the comic book aspect of it. And then when they started talking about HBO Max, I have Roku. So if you know the whole saga, Roku for a long time didn't have HBO Max. But then I was seeing all the content from DC Universe going over to, especially the originals, going over to HBO Max. And I knew that I was like, boy, if HBO Max gets on Roku, and they pull that content away from the DC Universe, I'd probably unsubscribe unless they kept the comic books, which they did. But this is a long story, but ended up because it was the same price, didn't seem worth it for that route. So I'm just a HBO Max subscriber now. I think that's completely worth it for the amount of content that they have in there. Is really is really worth it, in my opinion. Matthew McClay, you stole my friend's HBO Max. Yeah, I know. It's I mean, it's all one world, but I wish that they don't have as much on the in the way of the animated shows on HBO Max. But I do have to say, I'm just looking at the screen. The movie finished, and then it populates with movies that you would like. The first one is Austin Powers: The Spy Who Shagged Me. Seems odd that they would recommend that. Obviously, Batman. And then the third one, Matthew McClane, you'll appreciate this, is Dune. They say because I like this movie, I would like Dune. So there you go. You're not wrong. Yeah, DC, JT is Reborn, the year subscription. I mean, as far as the comics go, it's really got a great library, and I enjoyed the comics in there. I also have a subscription to Comixology, so I have not all the DC comics on there, obviously, but it also has Marvel and Dark Horse and all those in there as well. So I ended up going that way. So. Yeah. Just looking through some of the comments here. So yeah, as far as the comics go, that's always good. Captain Salty Beard, the fourth movie has never been opened, has it? So there, if you're talking to the original package, was the kind of Batman, what they consider Batman, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, and then Batman and Robin, which has opened. So that is part of that. Johnny Hall, I do not have a PO box. I've been thinking about getting one for the YouTube channel, but yeah, if I get one, I'll have to I'll let you know. Suggestions for new Batman animated series films. I would love to see an animated version of the Nightfall series. You know, that could be a 3-parter, kind of Nightfall, Night's Quest, and Night's End. I think would be pretty fun to see something like that. I don't know. We'll have to give it a. I watched this. Oh, that's wild. JT is Reborn. Have the same suggestions on HBO Max. Yeah, I don't know if it. I mean, I'm sure there's always an algorithm that like learns your tastes and starts suggesting movies based on that. But that may just strictly be just their default choices. Young Justice on HBO Max is worth a watch. Yes. I agree. Young Justice is a great show, which a friend of mine just texted me about that I need to respond to, unless you are him, and I think you might be. But animated Nightfall would be awesome. That would be awesome. But I will. If you're watching, I'm going to text you back. I completely forgot about that text. But yeah, Young Justice is also a great show. I was really impressed with how well they did that. Was fun. Wow, that's really kind of you, Matthew McClain. I'll do that. I'm going to set up a PO box. I'll put it on my YouTube channel. That's very kind of you to send me a Blu-ray of a movie you did. I would love to watch that. Thank you so much. Wow, that's really sweet of you. So I think I'm going to wrap up. We've been on this for almost 2.5 hours. So thank you all for hanging out with me on this. I got to get some water. I'm sorry. I'm going to wrap up here. So thank you all for hanging out with me on a Sunday. If you jumped in here at the end, I'm sorry I didn't give any forewarning to this, but I wanted to do a little Christmas surprise for those of you that are just happen to be on YouTube, and as a little test to see how much notice I need to give on YouTube, Captain Salty Beard. I thought so. But yeah, it's it's fun to kind of watch along with these movies and shows. And so thank you for tuning in. And I promise in the future, I try to, we have a regular Wednesday watch along. And so join us this Wednesday. We're going to be watching Christmas with the Joker from the animated series. So that will be fun. Yeah, it's always a good time. And if I don't see you Wednesday, have a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever holiday that you celebrate, wherever you're at. and I know this year is a little bit different, but hopefully I've been able to bring you a little bit of cheer, a little bit of fun in the realm of things out here in the wonderful world of DC comics and superheroes and all those fun things. So happy holidays to all of you. Happy New Year. And I look forward to seeing you all Wednesday if you're going to be there, or in the new year. So thank you so much. Appreciate all of you. Love you guys, folks, for hanging out with me. Always fun. And I will see you very soon. Cheers.